Hello, and welcome to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. And if you've been with me since January of 2023, you will know that Embracing the Fight is about normalizing the conversation surrounding physical and mental health issues and concerns. And since I know it's not easy for, people to talk about, what their issues are, I started off the conversation by sharing my journey through thyroid cancer. And if you've been watching lately, things have been absolutely wonderful. And I wanted to continue that way. I'm prayerful that I will be healed before the end of this year. And I thank you all, who've been praying and who've been thinking of me, because this has been a trying time as of late, but not because of my physical health. All right. So take a moment to subscribe if you haven't. Click like, click share, comment. Also, I'd love for you to be a part of my Facebook community, Embracing the Fight. You can also join Instagram, except it's Embracing the Fight _ there. Everywhere else, TikTok, X. I don't have a Snapchat yet. Maybe I should have one, but I don't. But all the other social media platforms, it is Embracing the Fight. All right, with that being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about episode 84. Now, I would have loved to have, a guest on for this portion, because I know a couple of people, who struggle with their weight loss. And this is episode 84, Scale Be Kind to Me. So the reason I said it would really help if there was someone to come on and talk about this, because I know people who have had gastric bypass surgery, people who have taken Ozempic, people who have done it, naturally, and then others who are yo-yoing up and down that, need some advice. They need to understand, how weight loss actually works. And see, I am not an expert in this area. I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, not giving you any advice, telling you, what's best for you. But I just kind of want to give you an idea, of what happens when you try certain things. So let's talk about Ozempic, or some people refer to it as semaglutide. And they're taking this medication that was meant, to help regulate, your sugar and everything when it deals with, or your A1C when it deals with diabetes. It wasn't necessarily meant for weight loss, but it just happened to cause people to lose weight. So you have people, taking this stuff just because they want to lose weight, not because they have any issues with diabetes. So now, what that does, that raises the cost of the medicine that diabetics have to take for people who, are trying to lose weight, which, that's something that I believe, and this is just me and my thoughts, I believe the government should just regulate the cost for it, because it is helping a health issue, even though it's not helping the health issue it was created for. But what a lot of people don't understand is, even though, Ozempic helps you to lose a whole lot of weight very quickly, there can be some side effects. I was looking at a lady on TikTok, and I won't, say what her name is or anything like that. But what she was saying was she couldn't take Ozempic because whenever she would take it, she would be extremely nauseous. She would be constipated. And then maybe within an hour, she'd have extreme gas and diarrhea. And she said she felt like she was on a, roller coaster ride. And nobody wants to be on a roller coaster ride with their gastrointestinal system, especially not if you're out somewhere, say you're trying to do something fun, or you're trying to work, or hey, you just trying to drive to get home and you're stuck in traffic and you have that going on in your stomach. That is not the place or the time that you want to have that type of issue. All right. So one of the other things, though, I don't think, I can say I haven't heard a lot about it, but one of the main major diseases or impacts that Ozempic can have on you is kidney disease. The research shows that Ozempic decreases your kidney function. And you could end up, on dialysis if you don't take your medication properly, or if, say, you are taking it properly and your body just doesn't, like it. It just rejects it. Also, it says that you can develop gallstones, thyroid cancer. And look, I never took Ozempic or anything like that, and I had thyroid cancer, and I don't wish that on anyone. So just be sure that if you get on something like Ozempic or semaglutide or, something similar to that, make sure you talk, to the doctor about, or your specific doctor about the risks, because risks vary from person to person, because, your genetics, your makeup, everything is totally different from another person. And if you have pre-existing conditions, it's very important to tell those things up front. So I understand, you probably can get it cheaper, from your friend or for somewhere, else. Still, talk to your doctor about the impact that it can have on your body before you purchase it. Also, be leery of purchasing it places other than pharmacies. There was something on the U.S. World News Report that said that there were fakes that were being shipped, that people were purchasing, and people were dying, from fake Ozempic. So be careful at where you are choosing to purchase your drug from. Make sure, it's a FDA approved source, or I don't know. I just wouldn't really, purchase it from anyone else other than someone who has been approved as a distributor. Otherwise, what happens if something happens to you? Who do you go to? What do you say? Not much you can do, not much you can say. So outside, of Ozempic, you have people that have decided to do, gastric bypass surgery. So when it comes to gastric bypass or gastric sleeve surgery, there are two procedures that take place basically. So with the gastric sleeve, they take, a portion of your stomach away totally out, and they leave like a sleeve shaped portion that's left behind. Now, the gastric bypass is like they close off a section of your stomach to make it like a pouch that the food goes into. So the pouch, is much, much smaller than you would normally, have within your stomach. So you can't consume, as much food, because, if you do, you can, stretch it back out, or you can cause where they've sectioned it off to separate and open. And then you have, an even more horrible issue going on. So the drawbacks with both gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass surgery is basically that if you don't stick to eating just small, amounts of food, then, you can have other issues and eruptions and things going on, in your stomach. And then there's also, the possibility of like perforation anytime you have, of your intestines, anytime you have any type of surgery or anything in your, gastrointestinal area, then you have the risk of having scar tissue. And sometimes the scar tissue is so heavy that it causes your bowels to twist. And when your bowels twist, then, nothing can go out, and you're basically having to throw everything, back up until they can get it to release itself, or basically untwist. And that's a very painful, experience that you would be going through just for the sake, of weight loss. So with those procedures, you have a whole lot of downtime as well. I mean, some people might say, oh, I'm only down 2-3 weeks. I know some people will be down 2-3 months based on, how much of the stomach they actually removed, or the size of the pouch that they actually, created. So you have to be diligent too about certain things that you can and can't eat. I understand that greasy food, sugar, and anything like nuts or anything like that are really difficult to eat after having gastric bypass surgery. And it causes you to be sick if you eat those things. So why not try something that is much more, healthy for you? If you came, from the earth, because you remember, creation, God fashioned man, with the earth. And then he took the rib and he made, Eve. So if we came from the earth, why not use what's in the earth naturally to heal yourself? For instance, let's just think about it. Whenever people want to lose weight, they focus on their gut. You understand that the gut is actually the center of your health. So if you are eating right and exercising, everything is working and flowing well, through your gut. But if you're not, then you start to notice that you're gaining weight, in your midsection, and it just continues to go out through your body. That's where the majority, like, of the fat that you have in your body is stored. So if you want to control your weight, you have to control your gut. So how do you do that? First, you really need to try to reset, your gut. You think about all the things that we eat. Say the fruits and vegetables that you get from the store. A lot of times, there's not going to be a sign out there that said this field was sprayed with pesticides or anything like that. But you will see that you'll see organic. And that normally means that there are no pesticides that have been used. And you can go to your local farmers market, talk to the farmers, and actually find out what it is that they put, on their crops, because what you eat and how your body handles it is very, very important to weight loss. All right. So if you're trying to eat clean and you're trying to eat vegetables and fruits that are organically grown, if you just have to have, a piece of meat, just make sure that this meat isn't something that has been processed. Processed meaning, say when you go to the frozen section in the grocery store and you see all these different meats, in a package that's frozen and stir fried and all these different things. It has so much sodium in it that you might as well just open your mouth and pour in a whole salt box. And salt causes water retention, and it causes you to hold on to stuff in your body that it should be expelling. So here you are eating processed food that is filling you up with sodium, and then you're eating fruits and vegetables that are packed with pesticides. So why not give your body something that will help you to reset your gut? Sure, you hear people talk about, taking vitamins and things of that nature, but vitamins aren't, enough. They give you just a little bit, of what you need. So as you all may have heard last week, I was talking about I joined a community called the Love Biome, and I'm currently an affiliate. And the reason, that I chose to be an affiliate is for two reasons mainly. One, because, I wanted to lose weight, which is like always, the result of what I've seen with the Love Biome, and not necessarily the thing that caused everyone else to join. The other portion was, or the other reason I should say, was because my knees, my joints, arthritis, all that stuff was hurting and bothering me so much. And it was impacting, me playing tennis. And, I just happen to have thyroid cancer, and I happen to have factor V Leiden. And, I'm just dealing with a few things, here and there. But let me tell you my story. So in August of 2024, I went to a tennis tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was playing in a round robin. So if anyone has seen me play lately, I normally have on 2 knee braces, and I have a brace, on my wrist, because when I get finished, usually my ankles, feet swell, my knees hurt, my wrists hurt, and I'm literally pulling myself out of the car so I can stand up, for my body to finally say, okay, we can move now. And even though we move, you hear all that popping and creaking, and then it's like you're sore and you're tired. And I just wasn't looking forward, to that, because I was only going to play in one event. But anyway, I walked past this table, and there was a guy there, and he had all these different, little placards on the table, and he had pictures of people, and he had these 2 bottles that looked like wine bottles, and then he had these boxes and these little packets, just on his table. I didn't stop right away. Talked to a couple of folks, and they were explaining to me kind of, what he was doing, but then, I really wasn't, focusing on it, because when they said detox, I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I need to try that, before I go out on the tennis court, because, you running, it's hot outside, and you took some detox. That is not a good combination. So anyway, after I played, I went up to the table and I talked to him. Well, as I was talking to him, he explained to me that what was in the cup was actually, it was detox, and balance together. And I was like, well, maybe I'll need to take the detox now. But he was like, no, 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 you can take detox anytime. It's a very gentle detox. He said it's not like explosive or anything like that. It's like a smooth move. It's very slow. It works well with your body. All right. So I went ahead and I drank it. Okay. So then the next day, well, I should say, when I got in the car and I was leaving with my friends going back, to the Airbnb, I noticed that my hands, nor my feet, ankles, knees, none of that was swollen and nothing was hurting. But I was like, wait a minute, this could be because I'm doing this low iodine diet as well. But then I started thinking, I said, I've done this low iodine diet before and it didn't, have this effect. Who knows? So then the next day, went out again and, I saw him over there and we talked for a second. And then this time he started telling me about the health benefits of the love biome. And he was explaining how, his father and his mother had both done this as well as he had. And he'd lost, a significant amount of weight as well as his father. And his father also saw a significant impact in the reduction of his A1C. And I was amazed because it was like, okay, people are taking all this stuff, like I said, like the Ozempics, the semaglutides, and they're seeing all of these adverse effects. And here I am, trying this stuff that's, natural. And I feel good. I have energy. I feel great. So I go ahead and I take another sip. So I go play. This time after I play, I go back, to the room and still no pain, no swelling, no nothing. All right. So then the third day, same thing, go over there, talk to him again. He's like, hey, go ahead, try another one. So I tried it, had another one. And I went ahead and I purchased the Daily 3 system because the Daily 3 system is what helps you to reset your gut. But then there are other things that you can try along with it to help you through your process. Like there's one that helps with weight loss. There was one that helped like with calm and stress. There were so many different ones that he had there that he says, okay, you need to take the Daily 3 for sure to help reset. But if you want to improve in other areas, these are the things that you add to it. All right. So I received all my products on August 24th. So prior to that, I forgot to say something about this. Usually when I fly, because I flew home from Charlotte back down, to the Tampa airport, and I had no issues. Previously, when I had flown, I had developed, some small blood clots, and that's why I was on, the Eliquis. And they tell you you can still develop blood clots while you're on, Eliquis or any other type of anticoagulating material, or should I say medicine. But I didn't have that issue. My feet weren't swollen, my hands, nothing. And I had a whole lot more energy to do, things that I normally wasn't able to do. So I received my box on August the 24th, and I started taking it right away. Well, I was already losing a little bit of weight, with doing the low iodine diet. But when doing that in conjunction with the Love Biome products, I'm down. What was it? I got on a scale today. I think I'm down 12 pounds since the end of July, but it would actually be a total of 16 pounds since, I weighed prior to doing the low iodine. So I was running exercises trying to see what I could do before I did the low iodine, and it, helped just a little bit. And then I started doing the low iodine diet. And now with the Love Biome added to it, the results are so much better. And as you can see, my skin, is so much clearer. It almost looks like, I have on makeup, but then, you can see I'm a little shiny too. I put a little Vaseline on my face. But either way, my hair is growing. The only thing that, I haven't really seen change is like my fingernails. My fingernails are always very soft and they grow, down toward my fingertips. But I'm expecting that to change as well because once you reset your gut, that microbiome that exists there, you have a healthy balance between good and bad, bacteria, and everything is functioning and working like it should. So I encourage you, if you have the opportunity to try Love Biome, by all means, do it. So if you are interested in trying some of the Love Biome or hearing more about it, because I'll just be honest, I'm not as eloquent as my builder or success leader, but I am very, very good at explaining to you that it is working for me. And usually people will try to get you to buy stuff or get something from them even when they hadn't tried it. That's not me. If I tried something and it worked for me, I tell you about it. So another reason that I know it works well is because the people around me, when they saw me playing on Saturday, they were like, "You don't have your knee braces, and where's your wrist brace?" I was like, "I don't need it. I didn't have the pain. And the only reason I was wearing them was because of the pain and because of the swelling, and I didn't have that anymore." And then I've been told by people that, "Oh, you've really lost weight, especially like in your midsection and your thighs." And I'm like, "Why are y'all checking me out like that?" And then, of course, I laugh a little bit, but it feels good to know, that I'm losing weight and it shows, but it feels even better because I have more energy and my mobility, is much, much, much better. I can do squats without all the cracking and popping. I can walk up and down stairs and it's not bothering me. But my results are not typical. You've had other people that had things that surpass, what I've seen. So what's wrong with at least trying it? Because I heard 3 testimonies where people have lessened or totally eliminated the medication that they take. And you think about the cost of medication. Medication can be anywhere between $2 to $2,000. And this product, it was $160. So who wouldn't want, to save money first on any type of drugs that they're taking? And you all know that drugs don't heal you. They just mask, the symptoms and potentially can cause something else, to go wrong in your body because it's foreign. And like I said, everything that's in Love Biome is completely natural. It's, a lot of different superfoods and superfruits that have been taken from all around the world and made into this amazing formula that helps you to heal from the center of your gut. So every time, I drink some of the juice or I drink some of that liquid earth, and y'all, that liquid earth, oh, it is not the best taste, but I'm telling you, after you drink it, it just calms you and your body feels so good. Now, you could put it in smoothies, you could put it in juice, to lessen that taste. But at the same time, people drink alcohol and I don't really drink alcohol at all. And the first time I tasted some, that stuff was disgusting. So it's like that was nasty. So why don't you drink something that can help you that's nasty or it's not so pleasant? Let's say that. Let's not say it's nasty. It's not so pleasant. Because it's not sweet and it's not savory either. It's kind of like that bitter kind of bland mixture. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe. My tongue might just be dead too. Who knows? But whatever. If you all are interested in knowing more about Love Biome, you can send me an email at operations@diversitydesign.com. Or if you're interested in purchasing some of the product, just take a look on my website. It is ericalamar.lovebiome.com. All right. So I know everyone wants the scale to be kind to them. So eat right, exercise, give yourself some help with a Love Biome. Give it a try before you try any of those other drastic changes and things to your body, because anytime you go to have surgery, there's always, a risk. Or anytime you take a medication that has side effects, there's always a risk. So let's take the best choice. Let's go with low biome. Thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this episode 85, Scale Be Kind to Me. And as always, have an absolutely amazing day.